Murli Notes for 28th October 2022. Who is Avyakta Brahma? In this Sakar Murli, details about Avyakta Brahma are clarified. Avyakta Brahma is not God. God dwells in the soul world, which is neither heaven nor hell. God says, I am the seed of the entire Kalpa tree, the father of all souls. God, Shiva, dwells in the supreme abode, Paramdham, Nirvana, and all souls dwell there also. He is the only one who can free all souls from karmic bondages. The Creator gives the inheritance of liberation. There is no difference in the size of souls. All are infinitesimal points of light, including God. The Supreme Soul contains all the knowledge. You souls spend most of the time on the stage of the earth playing your roles. The role of God begins in the Copper Age. At this time of the Confluence Age, he comes and enters the body of Brahma to provide the full knowledge. People believe that God comes at the end and takes everyone out of their graves and carries them to the court of the Supreme Justice, and from there to heaven or hell. In fact, he pulls everyone from their bodies. The body itself is the tomb. Souls are bound in matter and are bound in the bondage of negative karma due to the influence of sense perception. In body consciousness, the soul is as if dead. God awakens the dead souls with knowledge and gives them spiritual energy, liberates them from matter and maya, and brings them to the soul world, Paramdham. Then they slowly return to earth according to their own time. Incorporeal God Shiva's instruction to all is, now, remember me alone. Disconnect your mind from all peoples, places, and things in order to become free. Be detached observers, witnesses. See everything and everyone, but be unaffected. As his students, remember the Father Teacher. He is also your Guru. He provides you with the force of all three. These three relationships are the most powerful and influential of all. Even so, if a BK goes into lust, the intellect gets locked. But if that one speaks to the judge about it, the sentence can be reduced. Otherwise, the consequences are substantial. Therefore, be clear with the Supreme Justice. Nothing can be hidden from God. If one does not have faith, that one tries to cheat God. They may be able to deceive Sakar Baba, but it is not possible to deceive the incorporeal Father, since he knows each one. You must become competent in clarifying the distinction between Shiva and Shankar. You must clarify who is who in the preordained drama. People's religious beliefs are mostly misguided and based on faulty logic, resulting in blind faith. Their thinking is incoherent and inconsistent. There is a chronological hierarchy. Incorporeal Shiva, then the subtle beings Avyakta Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar, then Lakshmi and Narayan, then Ram and Sita, then the founders of the great religious traditions, then everyone else. Baba gives a definition of Vammarg. Normally, we have heard that this means body consciousness and performing negative karma. However, Baba gives a different definition. Vammarg is defined as the people who worship various deities such as Lakshmi and Narayan, Ram and Sita, etc. According to the pictures of the ladder and the tree, this form of worship of idols begins later in the Copper Age, not at the beginning of the Copper Age. The Bhagats perform rituals in front of these idols in order to fulfill their desires. But Baba says even if someone believes in the incarnation of God as a fish or crocodile, it is still Shiv Baba who fulfills their desires during the time of the Copper and Iron Ages. These are people who believe in the omnipresence of God, and this concept began with Vedic India, which corresponds to the beginning of the Iron Age. You need to be very competent to explain the role of God during the Copper and Iron Ages. Competence in explaining Gyan indicates your status in the kingdom that is being created. A religion is not being created. Religions are created later by the founders of religion. Shiv Baba creates the kings of kings through Brahma Baba. You also need to understand the meaning of this. From being those who performed rituals of puja to the idols of the emperors and kings, you attain such a high status. Om Shanti.